What's up? We are back with That's That Bullshit.
That's that bullshit.
Few less people here today, but it's cool.
It's cool. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. Amber, you didn't say Amber.
My name is Amber, aka Ambreezy. Y'all know.
And I'm Deja, aka Khadijah.
Yes.
Y'all know, like Amber said. Who else is here?
It is Sarah back again for another podcast.
Sarah Barra.
Yes. We got her on video this time.
Yes. Yes.
You know it, and you know it. That's that bullshit. That's that bullshit. That's that bullshit. And you know it. I'm talking about. Oh no, here we go again. Old news start a brand new argument. I'm talking about. Gas tank on E. Need $20, but you only put.
So as usual, we usually start with like an icebreaker. So the icebreaker is: would you rather get free plane tickets or free hotel stays for the rest of your life? I know.
Honestly,
We jumped right in too. We didn't even. It's okay.
probably plane tickets.
Plane
Yeah.
tickets. Okay. Okay.
Because I think once you get there, you can always figure out the
Where you
stay.
gonna
Stay
stay?
and stuff.
Mhm.
It's the flights that be taxing. Could you
Yeah.
imagine having like a free flight to Japan
Totally.
or
Yeah.
Yeah.
a free flight to somewhere super far, like
Mhm.
Africa or somewhere?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely would say free flights.
Okay.
I said the same. Free flights.
Flights.
Free flights.
Ooh.
I can get myself Airbnb or wherever.
Right.
That ain't no problem.
You
No,
say-
I agree, but okay. So hear me out. I thought free hotels because I'm thinking like I really would just like be in suites and just not pay rent. Like I would just be living.
Oh.
That's
So,
a different perspective.
I think that I would do
I like
hotel
that.
stays because listen,
like
it's some good.
That's
I
actually a good
I actually
point.
used to do that, but then I remember talking about something and somebody made that point. I was like, actually, I ain't paying rent no more. I could do that.
That is
But
actually
yeah,
a good
that's what I
point.
would do.
And also
But the
to
point-
unlimited staycation.
Yeah.
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 Love to just go places,
Yeah.
you know? But yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I like both.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Staycations.
Okay, but you know what we didn't do? We didn't like cheers,
Oh.
get ready for the game. Cheers. We probably can't reach, but it's okay. Look,
Okay.
that's how we going to. But yay, cheers, y'all. All right, so that's that bullshit game. Basically, we ask questions and it's kind of majority rule. So we're gonna ask it. We'll all say we forgot our TTBS cards again, but basically,
Yeah.
whoever says that's that bullshit, it's majority. So if me and Amber are like that's that bullshit, and you're like, I'm kind of cool with it, you gonna have
Okay.
to
Gotta
drink.
go with it.
So it kind of just goes like that.
Okay.
And then if we all agree on one, we gonna drink. It's basically a drinking game. We
Okay,
all agree,
gotcha.
we drink. We all don't agree, we drink.
You might end
One
up
out of
drinking in
the-
between anyway.
There
so
you go.
It happens.
Yes.
Okay.
It happens.
I'm down.
All right, so let's get to it.
First question. Your partner decides to start a new health regimen and has started using a specific soap that does not make them smell good. What do you think about that?
That's that bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That bullshit. I mean, because that's where I draw the line.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Totally. Because it feels like
Don't forget
I'm
to
all-
drink because we all agree.
the
Yeah.
hygiene has to be on
hygiene
point.
has to be on point.
And I'm sure there's something else that
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Because I understand the people who don't want to buy like them chemical soaps
Yeah.
and stuff.
I support what you're like trying to do. That's cool. But
Yeah. If you stink,
No funk around.
that's not
here.
gonna work. We gotta figure it
Absolutely
out.
not.
We gotta that's bullshit. And then if they get upset, I'm like, well, that's bullshit that you're upset. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to smell you.
yeah,
For sure.
yeah.
And if you do smell you and you're okay with it,
Then we
Yeah.
need to discuss other stuff, 'cause
so we gotta figure it out.
that's a no.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You notice that your partner's parents keep sending him or her self-help books. One of the books is titled How to Deal with a Difficult Spouse.
Don't even piss me off.
I had just thought about this too. I was just like, I just like came up with that on the fly of the
I
head.
read it. Honestly, it
Yeah.
was like, oh, Amber, that's hilarious.
Yeah, like,
Oh no.
yeah,
That
Ooh.
that would piss me off. That's
that's
bullshit.
that bullshit.
Because there's so many things. First, like, what are you telling your parents?
Thank you.
Also, like, if you can't talk to me about whatever I'm doing that's pissing you off,
Right.
Oh, man.
Like-
Why do you need self-help books to deal with me? And you haven't even
Man.
communicated with me about it.
I think this is
Absolutely not.
hilarious. I'm gonna drink. I think it's bullshit, but I also understand because it's like I'm not mad at you for like getting books.
No, I'm mad. I'm
mad.
real mad.
I'm like, what the fuck is this?
I'm sorry. This is hilarious. Mm-mm.
Because what can you not talk to me about
Right.
that you got to find in this book?
Oh,
Yeah, no.
damn.
Yeah.
They say, yeah, like, here's some help
Immediately.
to deal with your difficult spouse. Oh.
And then
yeah, that
you'll be
made me
looking
cry.
at your the parents-in-law like,
Because at that point, you could just move back in with your parents.
Ooh,
Because what I'm not going to do.
is do this.
yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. No, I'm good.
That's kind of, that's funny.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Oh, this one's me.
Mhm.
You out running errands and spot your teenager. You may be a daughter or son. You spot their girlfriend or boyfriend, their significant other, out with another kid holding hands. What you doing?
I'm telling my son.
So see, I was thinking like, that's that bullshit for sure.
Mm.
But if I understand my son or daughter's like temperament level,
Mhm.
I'm not trying to get involved one in their little drama.
Mm.
If I know if they're like a, what do you call it? Like a hothead.
Yeah.
I don't want them doing anything irrational. So it just depends. If I know their temperament, I'm probably not gonna like cross that line, but more so kind of just gauge like, oh, how are things going with so and so? Like,
Are you gonna address them?
yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm
Like if
doing
you see
both.
them, like
I'm 100%. I'm not only going to address them, I'm taking a picture.
Okay.
Okay. Pictures worth a thousand
I'm walking
words.
up on them.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm not going to start anything there, but I'm
Yeah.
definitely going to walk up and be like, how are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I feel like I would say hi too.
For
I'm like,
sure.
oh, hey.
Yeah. What's
How you
going
doing?
on?
Okay.
I'm gonna make it known that I'm
Yes, that I
because
know.
I don't know if I agree with you. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm thinking about their temperament, but I also don't want to get too involved because I've seen how that can like,
go.
Yeah.
go.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna make it known, like, hey,
It's all you.
how are you?
Yeah,
you
and
know
I'm
who I am, and I know who you are.
That
like,
part.
Yeah.
And I'm 100% going back and telling. But I will ask the questions.
I might say, so I might
Right,
ask, like, so
right.
what's going on
What's
with you
the
and stuff?
status?
So,
Yeah.
like,
Just so I know I'm not overstepping. I mean, I know from what I understand y'all are together, but
Yeah.
like maybe there's something happened in between time.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I say I would have to kind of just gauge where things are.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I also just, for me to like, I feel like there's so many other things my teenager can be worried about.
Yeah.
You got to finish school as your most important priority.
Mhm.
Fuck these little girls, fuck these little boys, whatever. But if I know their maturity level and I've guided them in the right way, then maybe you might want to check on that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
what you're not going to do is play my child.
You're
for
not
a
about to play
fool.
my child. But I also don't
Yeah.
want them involved in no
No
Yeah.
craziness.
craziness
Yeah.
either. And I would feel guilty if like,
Some little young relationships
Yeah,
can go.
That's true.
They
They, are a
crazy,
little
crazy.
volatile.
So,
They are a little
yeah.
volatile for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
so,
Okay.
I would just maneuver.
I'm still telling. But
Yeah. In a way.
I will watch.
I
will
like what you said
carefully-
about a picture.
Yeah.
Like,
Me too. I definitely thought about that. I'm like, that's actually a good idea to kind of be like, okay, let me,
Mm-hmm.
make sure I have my little evidence just in case.
Right.
Yeah. But I'm definitely going to like
Make it
greet
known.
them. I'm making them
Mhm.
known I'm here and
Yeah.
I see you.
And
Like,
I know exactly.
What's
I got
up?
your number.
Mhm.
What's
Yeah.
up?
Maybe
for sure.
invite them over later. Like, I'm going to tell you right then and now, whatever you got going on, end it now.
Mhm.
But don't get my son or daughter involved in this. Like,
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's our next one? Okay, you begin dating someone and they express that they are legally separated but not divorced.
That's that bullshit.
That's that bullshit.
Mm-mm.
And I've kind of seen this happening a lot.
It happens. It happens.
Like a
It's
lot.
very
Yeah.
common, but I just feel like it opens up. It's already a stretch when you're like newly divorced.
Yeah.
But like when you're legally separated, you're not even like actually separate. And some people who are legally separated end up rekindling.
Yes.
We see what happened with Ray J and Princess Love. They stay separated and then they get back.
I ain't even going.
together.
It's like all the
So
time.
it's
Yeah.
just like, is this a Princess Love and Ray J situation?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, is it like we are legally separated and we going to see the divorce attorney tomorrow type thing?
Yeah.
Or, because, no, it just gets messy.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be in the middle of it.
All
Like,
of that.
it needs to be a clean break.
Agree.
I
sure.
agree.
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 Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Alicia Keys. No.
Oh, not throwing shots.
Remember that was a thing. She would be on Twitter all
Alicia
the
ain't gonna
time.
never leave that down.
'Cause she would
live that down.
And she would stay trying to defend herself. Like, Alicia, we do not care. It doesn't
Yeah.
look right. Like,
Yeah.
That's
That's
crazy.
I remember one time she like put a scenario out, like, but what if, you are connected with this person? They're Alicia, it's wrong.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
She like, I wanna. It's. But she like, well, look at us now.
it's,
Right.
you know,
I feel like she's one of the like.
Yeah.
And listen, I forgive you, Alicia. I'm
Yeah.
not even mad about it. Like,
Right.
I wasn't really mad at it first. I didn't really
cares?
know too much,
Yeah,
Yeah. But yeah, I still don't really get with the whole separated. It just sounds messy.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds. It gives like,
Yeah.
ooh,
Yeah.
you're gonna be
no.
dealing with a lot of
And
stuff.
also, I feel like if that is the case and you are legally separated
Mhm.
from somebody, that's like first date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Not,
That's another thing
Yeah.
too. Like if you choose to be in it and like that's cool, but like give somebody the option to
Yes.
like know this information.
up front.
Don't throw this on them after y'all been dating
right.
for a
And then
little
they
bit.
start
That's
to
unfair.
develop feelings.
That's unfair.
for you
Yeah.
to say, oh, by the way.
Because I definitely don't feel like the people who knew from get go and are like with someone, like, hey, that's what you chose to do. Cool,
Yeah.
do you? But if you throw it on somebody, yeah,
Yeah.
no, damn,
Yeah, and it's a messy situation. It's best to kind of just stay out of that.
yeah,
Like, call me when I need to see them papers.
right.
That
Official papers.
Okay, let me get them papers. Let me see what
Right.
them papers talking about.
The next one. You find out that your child's teacher used to have an OnlyFans and an adult film career. I don't know. Like, I feel like make your hustle however you need to. Back in the day, that's what you had to do. You had to do. As long as I feel like you're a good teacher, you're
Yeah.
doing what you need to do. I don't think I would care too much about it.
Yeah,
Unless it became something of an issue, like I saw a different behavior in my child, or I don't know, something
Yeah.
like if I see it's affecting the children, then yeah, I'm gonna say something. But
Right.
other than
Yeah.
that, whatever.
It's not an immediate,
Yeah,
that's that bullshit for me. I think it's like, how does she carry herself now?
right.
Were the kids
or
snooping in
he,
there?
or he,
Yeah.
yeah,
Or he,
Yeah.
were the kids snooping and they found it?
yeah.
So, okay, story time. Funny thing, this happened like in high school. One of our teachers, he did porn back in the day.
Really?
And the students, they found the picture and posted it
Oh,
in different places. So it became
an
a
issue,
thing.
Yeah,
So I'm just like, I still like looking back as an adult and looking at the situation, it was on us for like, I'm not gonna say us because I was not a part of finding that picture and posting it. Ain't nothing on me. But I seen it. But it's like it did impact like the students.
Yeah.
We all knew about it. It did change, and he, he stopped working there after a while because it does impact things. So I think I'm thinking I still don't think it's a bullshit thing. I don't think it's fair to like,
Right.
do that. But shit be happening.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Especially now with this age and how everybody's fine. Like that was back in like early
Back in the
2000s.
day, yeah.
And like now, what?
and people are also like turning to certain things like that now to kind of fund their ultimate dreams.
Yep.
So it's like, he could be very passionate about teaching. He could have done that. It's not an immediate deal breaker as long as
Right.
you're appropriate in the classroom.
Yeah.
And
I do think you should find a way where it won't come up. Like it should be
Yeah.
disclosed when you're becoming like like all of that, and you
Mhm.
should find a way
to have it
where
make
you
sure it
know
doesn't
it's
come.
not gonna come. And I know in this day and age that's really hard,
That's
but
Especially with
Yeah.
the digital footprint.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, it's one of those things you probably better hope that the kids don't find out 1st or the
But
parents,
also too,
there are
it
parents
it begs the question.
yeah.
What is your child doing to where they
and
found said teacher
I thought
or
about that
recognized
too, like,
him and said, "Oh, I think I saw him on."
because
Like,
I don't remember who found out, who
Yeah,
everything. But now I'm looking back, like, why do we even know that? Like,
right,
what?
especially on like a porn site,
And
depending on how old the child
But I'm
is.
saying,
why
like,
do you
what-
know that?
It was
Yeah.
from what I remember from the image. It wasn't like you had to go looking for
Right.
this. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
just like, what made you look for? Now I have more questions because I'm like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
how did that?
or maybe
you know?
they had a little. They were doing some independent research on
just
their own
looking
and
up.
just happened to stumble upon him and was like, "Wait, I think
It just was looking at it. I'm like, what an interesting
Kids
thing
can
that
find
happened.
anything. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's especially now, like it's exposed so much, even on your algorithm. You might just see things that you don't even want to. But
That's true.
yeah, I think it'd be up to the teacher to do their due diligence and make sure that it's like
It's
not to be found.
I
But
agree.
yeah."
I don't think I'd be too pressed about it as a parent. I'd just be like, they doing their job.
Mm-hmm.
My kid doesn't seem to be affected. The other children seem to be fine.
Yeah, it wouldn't be like an
Like,
automatic
yeah.
bullshit for me.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's just if it starts like you were
Right.
saying, if it starts impacting the students, if it becomes a thing, I'm
Yeah.
like, well, damn.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
Okay.
That was you.
Your partner makes 2 times more money than you
Mm-hmm.
and expects for you all to split the bills equally.
That's that bullshit.
That's that.
100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yes.
that doesn't make sense.
I think everything has to be proportional.
Mhm.
Yes.
And if you guys have an arrangement where you both contribute to the household, that's fine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I also feel like you have to take into consideration
The other person.
the other person's income.
Our equals ain't equal.
Right.
So,
So it's like if you're going half on a mortgage, that's
Mhm.
$3,000, and you bring home 5,000
Mhm.
to this person's 10,000.
Mhm.
Well, obviously, you giving $1,500 towards the mortgage, and this person giving
that impacts you way more than it impacts.
Exactly.
But I feel like if you're really on okay, we're gonna have to figure out, you know what, money wise, it's
Yeah.
gonna be split a
What
little
is
bit
the
different.
balance?
But
Yeah.
maybe, you know what, I pay for whoever's cleaning that. Like we got to figure this out
somewhere.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Totally.
I think-
Totally.
Yeah.
Bring to that.
Yeah, because the proportion is just not fair to the other person. They're going to be like struggling if they're making
Yeah.
50-50. That's like,
Mm-hmm.
no,
It's not even like, no.
no.
It don't make sense.
No. Well, we're not, yeah.
That's that bullshit. Like, yeah, I would
Yeah,
be
no.
like, what?
Mm-mm.
No,
Mm-mm.
no. Why would you even have?
I don't believe in like necessarily splitting them down the middle in the first place.
Yeah.
Come on, come on, come on.
Definitely, if it's not comparable.
Yeah.
If the roles were reversed, though,
Yeah.
and I feel like, let's say I was making 2 times more, and the
Ooh.
other person and my male spouse wasn't,
Mhm.
Yeah.
then obviously I also think I should also help a little bit more too.
Same.
So
That's
that
what I'm
he's
like.
not-
I would
yeah.
both ways. It's
Mhm.
like I wouldn't just expect it from you. If
Yeah.
I was the one. I want to do it.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Agree.
You dealing with somebody like that, it's like, well, might have to reevaluate some things.
Exactly.
So your friend shows up at your house and admits that they just stabbed someone and wants you to be their alibi. That's that bullshit.
That's that bullshit.
I'm not doing that.
Sorry.
it.
No.
I watch too many crime shows.
It always
And-
goes bad.
It just
for the other
goes
person.
bad, and
like,
it's never a good thing. Like, and that's what's scary too, because I watch those crime shows, and I feel like when I have a child, like I really want to emphasize to them, like, always report things. Always just report. That's the best thing you could do for yourself. Don't run from a situation. don't try to.
We say report like
if maybe if you had you accidentally hit someone, like remember that,
got
that
don't
show?
run.
Don't run. Like go and report it. Call the police.
the judge show where
The
her son.
judge.
Okay, yeah,
Because things can end up so
yeah.
much more badly when you try to cover up
It
things.
does.
It never ends well.
yeah.
It never. So I tell my friend, either I'm gonna call the police or you about to go. I'll drive you to the police station and report yourself. It's like, don't get me involved in this shit.
Yeah, that actually reminds me of
Like-
you know that trend on TikTok where it's like things I'm afraid to admit as a Black person, and like one of the ones that came up was like, I will sing like a canary. Like, don't expect me to keep your secrets. I'm not
that
alibying for you. I'm not that person. I've never been that person.
Never
But I'm also not going to sacrifice my job, my family
That part.
behind that. Like, you know, I would prefer if you needed something in another sense, like let's say you had kids or, you know, you had a dog and you know, you were like, hey, I gotta go report A, B, and C. I just stabbed somebody. Can you keep my dog? I'd rather fight to help you keep your dog and not send the dog to the pound than to actually alibi for you. Like, I'll help you with something else.
Yeah.
Totally.
While you're going, you know, well, it depends also why you stab somebody. If you was just in traffic and somebody cut you off,
Then,
like,
you know, I'm not defending that.
No,
And that's how I was gonna. It's just like I like that you said that because that's where I'm thinking. I do think it's bullshit. Like, damn, why would you bring this to me?
Yeah.
Because you know I mess with all of my friends. So I'm gonna like want to help you, but it's like, what the hell? Like, this is different.
Yeah.
But I will say circumstance. If you was doing it, you was defending yourself, you got scared. We gonna figure this out. I'm still gonna be like, nah, we gotta go to the
gotta go.
We got to, but I know that there's different circumstances where I'm gonna feel a little bit more like fuck, like, all right, I'm gonna help you figure this out. But it is bullshit though. Like you can't be putting people in your shit.
You cannot. I feel like the only way I can help is like we just gotta tell the truth. Or you know, like there's no going about, if you're defending yourself, then you shouldn't have anything to worry about. Especially if there's cameras around or something, like there are ways around it, but like I'm not an alibi. I don't want that on my conscience. I do not.
I need to
Because
still
that's
be
just a
able to
lot.
sleep at night.
Yeah,
Me too.
That's a lot to put on somebody.
Yeah.
Whew. All right. So you're getting married. And at your wedding, your fiance's coworker makes a speech insinuating that they had a one-night stand with your partner when you all first started dating.
No. That bullshit.
That's that bullshit on so many levels.
Even if it's like it was when they first started, like just kind of a jokey joke, like remember that night? And you're
hell
just like,
no.
I'm flipping the table.
Yes.
I'm flipping the table.
Because first of all,
I'm throwing a fit. The wedding is done.
It's done.
That's why we limit
That's
speeches.
a good question. Like, so the wedding would be, you would
You're
call
not
it
about
off.
to disrespect me.
Yeah.
Or wait, with this, I'm sorry.
Does it change?
Oh, you're getting married. I'm sorry.
They're getting married. So
Okay.
it's at the wedding. Like, y'all are there. Y'all
It's
did
done.
it, though.
Does it change if
Because
it's when y'all was first dating, so maybe y'all wasn't like super, super serious.
I'm not saying
but
that
I would
relationship
be
is
pissed
done,
that,
the event is done.
does it change
that you know what? I don't know if I would let that person ruin my event, but I'm just saying because I know I would be like, ooh, I would need a minute. Y'all know me. Clearly, I be needing minutes when I'm in my feelings. But I'm gonna try to get to the point where I'm like, you know what? You're here. This is what we're gonna do. But they would have to go.
Yeah.
They would not be at my wedding. No.
Does it change
Speech
though,
person
if
would have to
you
go.
knew? Like, what if it wasn't the
That's
first
true.
time that you
That's
found
the
out?
fact.
It's just
Maybe
they
I
gave a speech.
But
and
that's
they
what I'm
brought
saying.
it up.
Even you bringing it up,
you'd have
you
to
gotta
leave.
go.
Yeah.
Like,
gotta
it's
go.
all, I think that's who my main issue would be with.
Well, first of all,
why are you making a speech?
Yeah, and second of all, y'all not friends. No
You're not
Come
friends.
on. Y'all
And you're not
co-workers.
giving
Okay.
speeches.
Yeah.
Okay. No.
If you,
I don't even know why she'd be at the wedding anyway, to be honest.
yeah, no,
Nah.
you
You
will
know,
not.
people be friendly and be having.
No.
Not that coworker. If I know you slept with your coworker, why are we here? No.
Maybe
That's
it was
like-
like a coworker that
Not
they're
that
still.
work husband, work. No.
I don't play.
Oh, we don't. Oh, we've already talked about the work
Yeah,
husband, work
no.
wife stuff.
Yeah, no.
We actually need to make sure we add a question about that. I don't think
Oh,
we've talked
work
about the whole
husband.
work husband,
Yeah.
work wife
Yeah, no.
That'd be
dynamic.
beneficial for sure.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
no, but yeah, I would like. I just think people remember moments. Like, there's incidents I remember about people's weddings, things that happened. We all been to one dramatic wedding, and you never forget that. You're not about to embarrass me. I think people will be memorable, obviously, if I end the wedding.
And I think it's unfortunate, really, because it's kind of like, you really did this at someone's moment.
Yes.
And now that's a lot of, and that's literally what people are going to like talk about. Like, ew.
And then it got me questioning you, like, why are you feeling this, the need to even bring that up? Do you have some
So that's why they would have to go. Like, they would have to go. And then after I'm talking to my partner about this whole work thing, like, I don't want to hear about this person no more. Y'all not cool. Like, we have to talk about them. Listen, because why would they do that? I feel like I was being nice. Y'all did that. That happened way back in the day. Now they're at my wedding, but then that's what they do. No. So no.
Yeah, no.
No, I feel like I gave enough grace.
First of all,
grace is gone.
She never gonna finish the speech.
She not,
because somebody's walking up and taking that damn mic. Like, you're not, and you're
done. You're done.
Knowing all of us,
grab
she wouldn't
your purse, grab your little shawl.
Because that's another thing too. I feel like with us and how once that person gets up there, everybody gonna be like, hell no. Take the mic. Like, what are we doing?
It's out.
No. How would you do that to yourself? And to
I'll cuss out my partner too. Something.
I feel like I would need a minute to be like, see, this is what I mean. Trying to be nice.
Being friendly with
friendly.
Told you not to invite
all of this friendly. This is why. This is why. I feel like,
I think this is why people, like, couples be talking about it. Like, it's not that you don't want your partner to have friends, especially friends of the, I don't even care about like friends of the opposite sex, but there's a level of like boundaries and respect. And it's like certain things just don't need to be brought up in certain spaces.
Because I'm really one of those, I really believe like men, like all of the friendship, but boundary, like in everything. So it's just like in these circumstances, in these spaces, it's just kind of like, because now look at where we are. And you getting kicked out.
And you ruin the entire dynamic.
Man. And everybody gonna be talking about that.
Everybody's questioning.
It's always gonna be memorable. That's what I'm saying. Either way, however it goes, whether the person was cut off early and they didn't get through the whole speech, or if they said
like you saw what they tried to say,
I'm gonna turn up regardless.
Aunties, grandma, that's all they gonna want to talk about the next dinner.
That's why I said I'll get on the mic. I am so sorry, everybody, but looks like we're gonna end this night early.
Amber's so serious.
I'm done. Because what else is
she said, I'm cutting out the dancing, no electric slide.
It's like,
what else is there to talk about?
I feel like my first reaction would want to be that, but where I am now, I'm going to kind of be like, hell nah, I spent my money on this. We planned this. You not finna mess up my my moment. Leave. Me and my it's like, really gonna be like you're gone. And then I might go cry for a little bit. I'm gonna need to take my little time, but I'm gonna come out and be like, I'm
gonna be on that dance floor.
Come on.
Like you
come on. I'm dancing with his finest uncle. Like
oh no. Not like what you not like
they just said I'm getting my licks back.
No,
like Birds Man.
That's the petty Deja coming out. And I was like, why would you make me bring her out like this? That's not what I want to do here. It's honestly this Taylor Port.
I just grab a glass of champagne and just be on the dance floor.
Yes, I would literally be like, okay, be with all my girls. We finna be over there. Right. He know I'm gonna need my moment. Like, or they know I'm gonna need this moment to be like, because
disrespectful.
Like, I can't believe this. Oh, my eyes watering. Cuckoo. Oh man.
Those were good questions.
Yeah, so that was the game.
I love that. I think that's actually a really good game because it's like very thought provoking.
You know,
and also depending on who you're with, like everybody's gonna say something different.
Yes.
Yeah, we wanted to like steer away from the seriousness when we do these episodes. It's like, okay, let's just get the fun. You know, all the podcasts be talking about men versus women.
Oh my gosh, it's like, can we just talk about the stuff and all see like
Just have a little fun with it.
Yes.
But we always stick to the bullshit.
We gotta get into some bullshit.
So
it just wouldn't be us.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know if you heard what Drea is having a baby.
Oh God.
Yes. And then I guess
and I also added because Joy Chavez.
Yes.
And
I don't know who her...
So, Trayvon Diggs.
How
So
old
he's
is
a
he?
football
Okay,
player.
he's
He's
another-
25.
Okay.
So they're
but
10
still.
years apart.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, because I think from what I read, like Joy is 35.
Okay.
35, and then he's 25. So it's a little bit like
Still close.
okay,
Yeah.
but we
It's
Yeah.
still.
Yeah.
So
I think the
You know.
bullshit to me, I think, is just something to be said. It's like these people can live their lives however they want
Yeah.
to.
Yes.
Like it's not affecting us in any way. But I
Mhm.
do think something needs to be said because if the roles were reversed, it was a man
And a
and
woman.
type
yeah.
situation, it'd be different. But like these grown women need to be held accountable because it's like with Drea specifically, this man is damn near
22.
the same age as your son.
Mhm.
Yes. This girl, she's 39. Like she's
39.
40.
You're 40.
Mhm.
And you are expecting a baby with this premature man child. Because what can a 22-year-old
Yeah.
do for you
Yeah.
What are y'all conversations really like?
at your
Like,
big
let's
age of
just be-
39?
Oh, come on.
So I feel okay. So this is gonna be like, I think that's that bullshit from another perspective.
Mm.
Oh,
Like,
come on. Okay.
just because somebody was saying like she really wasn't the best like attentive mom, and the fact that she's bringing another kid into this world when she's been so publicly
Ooh.
shamed for being like an unattentive mother or inattentive mother, and someone who seems like they're very like would rather be
Yes.
partying and stuff than hanging
Yes.
out.
Yeah.
In terms of the age gap, I feel a little bit differently because I'm the product of a large age gap.
Okay.
Okay.
So my parents are 22 years apart.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
But obviously my mom was the younger person and then my dad was older.
the older person.
But obviously the way like I've been told on both sides, every side, it really wasn't a situation where there was like this idea of like, oh, it was predatory, you know?
Yeah,
It was
right.
more so I think actually my mom, who I think was more attracted to my dad. Like I think she's the one, if I remember
kinda
correctly,
pursued.
who kind of pursued
Pursued
it.
it
Okay.
She was like of age, like she was in her 20s.
Mhm.
And so they dated for 10 years and then they got married and then they had me. And so I didn't feel there was stuff that they could talk about because they were kind of in the same field
Mhm.
and, you know, different upbringings. And so there was like this knowledge gap. And also, you know, like in speaking to my mom after the fact, it was like, well, at the time I was dealing with so much BS from younger men
That
who
it
either, like who were trying to be serious or claiming that they were serious, and then you find out that they had like other people that they were entertaining on the side.
Yeah.
Or we just didn't have the same mindset, or we were just into different things. And she felt like because of my dad's age, they were in different places in their lives, willing to get married, willing to like make that next step and transition. And so because of that,
That's okay.
it was different.
Yeah.
Obviously, I can't say the same for the opposite age gap because she's the one who's older than him. So technically, she's the one with the experience and the life. You know, she's gone through more things in life than he has.
Right.
So I can't speak on the reverse age gap, but with the age gap between my parents,
Yeah.
it never felt like it was just like, oh, like my parents have a huge age gap. Like, it was just,
And that that's a good. So I think I don't really call the whole age gap thing. I think at this point, I'm really indifferent to it.
Yeah.
I feel like just my personal stance is this a lot for me personally. I don't see myself dating someone 10 years younger than me.
Yeah, no.
And I don't see myself really dating someone. I maybe could do 10 years older, maybe.
Yeah.
But like more than 10 years, it would be a lot for me. But that's just
100%.
me personally.
Yeah.
So I don't think I really call bullshit on all that. I think I just call bullshit on, mine's is more just like
Just call it for what it is.
Yes,
That's
this
what the
double
double
standard,
standard-
this,
yeah,
and
this
I-
idea,
yeah.
and it keeps being this where it
Yeah.
is. Because but I also feel like there's a double standard with how Drea is being treated and how Joy is being treated. I don't think people are like but I also see why there's this difference.
Yeah, I think also Joy is more, people actually
more
genuinely
like her.
And that's why I say I call bullshit. It's just like, let's be honest. Like, we're going to feel different ways about stuff, especially if we don't really care too much about who it is. Because at the end of the day, they both are with some pretty young guys and doing, like, I do think it's interesting because with Joy, like, Trayvon hasn't, we don't know if that's who she's pregnant by.
Yeah. She didn't
tag him. She literally just announced it.
Yeah.
And he hasn't posted anything. He hasn't said anything. So we don't really know. With Drea, we're pretty sure we know or whatever. And I did see like a little while ago, she did an interview saying like, you know, I'm a non-traditional. I call this whole non-traditional.
Well, trying to just, well, to me, that's the thing.
She was already putting, she was previewing.
Yes, it's like, girl, okay.
And on Women's Day, you made this announcement. It's like, what did you think people were going to drag? Like, of course, people going to drag the hell out of you.
Yeah.
And I think the difference, too, is because, like, and it's what I call bullshit on, is like, be real about the situation. Like, this is the lifestyle that y'all engage in.
Right.
And if money wasn't involved, I'm pretty sure you would not be dealing with these two.
But see, but like, Joy's big thing, I before we did this, and I started when we put this down, I looked, and like Joy, she's done interviews talking about how like she doesn't get any like child support or anything for Bow Wow or Future. Like she takes care of them.
I wouldn't doubt it.
So I feel like, but even Drea has this thing where it's just like, you know, I don't need, like, I take care. So they try to make it like, oh, it's not about money, but you also both don't be with no broke men.
Either.
Like, let's be real. Like, I hear what you're saying. Like, but I'm not saying that you're like,
that may be the case now that you've got a little cash on the side, but let's be real on the beginning.
Come on.
Like, look at the men you repeatedly date and what they're doing in the back end. Like, and Drea, I mean, I think with Joy, at least we know she, or Joey, excuse me, she like dances. So like, but I don't know what she does with that.
She has
for
like,
a living. Like,
she has like some partnerships. She has her own, like, I think either supplement brand or
kind of
they're both
influencers.
You know, Drea, we always knew the trajectory of just Joey was like this pretty girl who first Bow Wow's baby mama, then Future, and then like, oh, she can dance. She got it. I ain't never seen Drea do nothing other.
That's true.
But it's also, I find it interesting when like, they're like, we don't want to be known as like people's baby mamas, and it's like
it's just like,
I don't want to say it's your career,
but it's like that's what you're known for.
I stand like that's what we know.
I think for Joy, she's a little bit more, like I said, I think the reason why people like her more, she has a little bit more positive image is because like one, I think she was on whatever show Bow Wow was on for a hot second. And I think people... Oh,
she was on the... Was that Growing Up Hip Hop or something?
So. Like, they had a couple of episodes where I've seen her, like, on camera interact with him. And I think it's because, like, Joy seems to be the one who's, like, the more, like... parent that's like devoted to structure and also too like people would stay in the comments talking about I mean Bow Wow always talks
for
A, B, and C,
but Bow Wow always talks about how she's such a good baby mama, so like, clearly they have a good like,
and she basically makes her own money is essentially like so she's constantly like prided herself on being independent. She has a couple of ventures. I think she was even doing like a YouTube show that was probably getting some traction at one point.
I feel like I'm pretty sure that they do. And it's really no shit. Like, bullshit, y'all do what y'all want. Y'all grown, they grown. Do what y'all want. But let's just start calling things for what it is. It's bullshit trying to make us be like, oh yeah, like stop.
Or we're just two cool people who decided to like, we wanted to raise a child together.
Okay.
Or just be honest and be like, you know, because maybe somebody can learn from it. Because I do think that there's a difference between, you know, like searching for a young person
right
on versus
totally. And I feel like
to be in that arena, in that space, and falling for that
totally.
And I feel like that's been the thing, especially that's kind of been attached to Drea that I think bothers her, is because a lot of people, they keep calling her someone who preys like on these younger, and it's just like.
But look at the trajectory, ma'am, like. You were on basketball.
Like, listen, it's just we're just saying what we're seeing. So like, it's I don't know. People just got to really be like aware. Like be more aware of how, like, people gonna talk regardless. And you can have this mindset of, like, you don't care. That's fine.
Yeah.
But you also need to understand people are going to call things out. And
they're
that's
gonna
just
have their
what it is.
opinions
They're
about
going to
it,
have
too.
their opinions. So, yeah, but sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think it's like, age difference aside, it's kind of like, it's getting like a career. This is what you do. This is what's expected of you. So like, you can't expect people to be like super ecstatic about your pregnancy. And I felt bad for her in the sense, like, people weren't saying the nicest things about her being pregnant.
No, they were.
Dre especially, but like,
Yeah, no.
well, and then you have a son close to this guy's age. Like, it kind
I
of
think
looks
that
a
also
different way.
complicates it too.
Yeah.
That's
like-
what I feel like what really kind of dug the nail for Drea is, like, people were like, wow, like,
Yeah.
and you know men gonna pick, like, for real.
Yeah, but I also think that the men are more upset because they're always attacked for like age
Dating.
gaps.
Yeah.
And obviously the situation is different between like Tyga and Kylie because she was actually underage.
Yeah.
But like, you know, they attack.
But I feel like we do say so. That's the thing,
We
though. Like, men who
always
are like,
attack
men who are like, oh, I'm like, we always say
Yeah, we
something.
al-
We always
yeah.
be like, this old ass man with this young,
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
so we do the same. But it's also
Yeah.
just like a lot of the guys to me are just kind of like, I mean, it's Drea. Like, y'all
But that's true. They do.
they excuse it, but they call it. It's like some reverse stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah,
They definitely
Listen,
do. Like,
let's
it's
just be
more
real.
palatable because Dre did
And
it.
and they know. I'm like, but like, and Dre's aware of like, she the locker room talk. All these players. That's why. And think about it on the receiving end of the athlete's family. Like, you got so and so pregnant. Like, it's
But
just-
okay, so also how I think of it is, it's like when you get your childhood crush. That's what
Yeah,
I look
pretty
at it
much,
with
yeah.
this. Like, they don't see anything because it's like he probably been crushing on Drea since he was
Right.
14, 15. He been
Yeah.
seen her. So I get it. Do you get? It's just like it is
that's
what
a
it
good
is.
point.
It's kind of one of those things. But even for some girls, there's some. I can't think of anybody right now because a lot of celebrities, they lost my like lust for them when I liked them when they were a teenager. But let's just say there was someone. I don't want him no more. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I'm trying to think of somebody
That's
I
true.
wanted when I was younger that if I got a chance.
Little
But
Fizz.
I don't really.
It's like, no.
Okay, Morris Chestnut is a fine man. He
Yes.
was way too old for me. But he's married, and shout out to your wife respectfully, though.
Yeah.
If you were like, and it was there and I got that chance, I might be like, ooh, grown man. So it's one of
It's
those things where I
Morris.
have that understanding,
Yeah.
I guess. But yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Whew.
Because honestly, Morris can't get too old. You know.
Yeah.
The man is fine.
He's
and
fine.
he's gonna
Like, I
always
mean,
be
he's-
fine.
He is fine. Like,
Yeah.
there's
so,
no other way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That you
Yeah.
can like cut. it.
That's what I would be like, ooh, age gap. What's that? Like,
Yeah.
you know, I just,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think the age gap is like
Yeah.
it's just like the underlying doesn't help that she has a son that's the same age, but
Yeah.
I think the
That's- yeah.
trajectory for me is like, don't try to make this like seem like it's something else versus like
It's
it's
what
what it is. You know, we
Mhm.
know it. This is how you maneuver
Mm-hmm.
around. I mean, in all fairness, Dre only has one son out of somebody else that we don't know. He's not a superstar, like, but
No, she has two.
She has two.
Remember, she had a baby by that. Was he a baseball player or a football player?
Oh,
She has two.
I don't know.
She has two. This is her
Oh,
third.
damn.
That's another, but people
Okay.
are saying Joy and her. Let me make sure I'm correct. We can
Okay.
check it after this. If I'm wrong, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't care. But to my
Allegedly, she has three. Yeah.
Allegedly,
Yeah,
she
this
has
is her
two.
third.
Yeah,
two.
okay.
Like this will be, but this is her third. But she's getting a girl. That's another thing
Oh,
too.
okay.
But I'm to my
Oh, she
understanding.
did. She
had
did. I
another-
completely
Yeah,
forgot
for
about that baby.
little boy. Yeah, because he
you're
was-
right.
I was
You're
like,
right.
I'm pretty sure she
You're right.
had another son.
You're right. I see the
don't know if
baby's
he
face
was-
now
yeah,
too.
I
I'm
don't
like,
know if he was baseball or football, but it was
You're
an
right.
athlete. Yeah,
you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, see, it's just like
But I'm saying her and Joy are the same thing. They have three babies by three different people.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not judging. Future does it all the time. We ain't gonna judge them. All right.
That part.
and give
All
them
right.
the benefit of doubt. That's the lifestyle
Come on.
because that's what you guys are accustomed to. You're probably not gonna just deal with no regular. I totally get it.
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
But like the making the babies and then talking about this,
I'm
that, and the third,
non-traditional.
non-traditional, trying to make it like justified for what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Just own it.
Just own it.
Own it.
Yeah.
Come on.
Own it.
Come on.
And call it for what it is.
Own your truth.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay.
That was a good episode.
That was so fun,
Yeah.
y'all. As always, you guys can watch us, YouTube,
Yes.
all that, listen
Yes.
to us, and we have merch.
Merch, ttbspod.com.
Period. We're not wearing it, but we be wearing
Yes.
it, so wear it,
We
you
be
know?
wearing it.
And yeah, thank you so much, Sarah girl.
Yes, thank you for coming and joining us.
Always.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
But you only put 3, man. That's that bullshit. On me. That's that bullshit. On my mama. That's that bullshit.